participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Sunday Night Live here at the Chapel of Signs and Wonders with Idika Mary. And thank you very much for joining me in this wonderful atmosphere.
There is one host and 7 participants in this conference.
Yeah, there are 7 people who are on the conference with me tonight. So let's see how we pull it off. I'm going to let me open the line because I'm going to ask a question. Yeah,
All
let me do
participants
that.
are muted.
Let me do that. And
All participants are unmuted.
why is it difficult for some people to let go of what happened in their past? Please, tonight we need to participate in this. Please, if you are watching on Ustream, I would like to see you call into the conference line, not to the office. Please, to the conference line. Please call into the conference line. Why is it difficult for people to let go of whatever happened in their past, and what happened in their past become the energy that pushes them? It becomes the informant. It becomes the voice that they hear. It becomes what they cherish, or what it becomes what they cherish. Why is it difficult for people to let go of their past? Because their past becomes their behavior. Can we discuss? Can you give us maybe something that happened to somebody or to you and they failed to let go of it, and what's the result of it? Why is it difficult for people to let go of what happened to them in their past? I'm talking about negative things, bad things, evil things that happened to them in their past. And abuse, sickness, death, violence, things, attack, divorce, fired from a job, bankruptcy of a job so that you don't have one. Why is it difficult? Anybody can jump into it. The phone line is now open for anybody to call in and to share their experience with us. Until you let go of your past, please listen to this. This is the key we are dealing with tonight. Until you let go of your past will be unwilling to let go of you. Please write that down. Until you are willing to let go of your negative past will be unwilling to let go of you. Please write that down. Let me repeat it again. Until you are willing to let go of your negative past will be unwilling to let go of you. Now, let me explain. Every event that happens to you, even though it's an event, also tends to be like a personality. Every history of your life become like a construction of different personalities in your life. And that is the reason why you speak to those things as though they are humans or as though they are spirits. You have to confront. You have to speak out. You have to act against those things in order for you to let them go so that they can let you go. It's just the same thing as until you let negative people in your past go, they will never let you go. Please write that down. Until you let negative people in your past to go, they themselves will not let you go. So let's discuss that. Yep. Remember the main key: until you let your negative past go, it will never let you go. So if that question is too hard for every one of you who are participating tonight, maybe we should find a way uh, to put that question in a different format, maybe for you to be able to grasp it and to tackle it or grapple with it. Okay? Because I have discovered how many people throughout their lifetime, one incident or accident in their lives become the point through which energy is created and more problems or block happens, so that they cannot move beyond where they are, no matter how hard they try. No matter how hard they try. Is there something you are dealing with, and is the Holy Spirit convicting you that it has to do with event in your past? I have shared with some of you how if a particular kind of sickness killed your father or your mother, how that cycle will want to come to you and to your family members at that particular age or similar to that. And you have to deal with the forces behind it that will recreate that movie again and again and again. And that's why some families, people keep dying and dying and dying and dying, because somebody has not yet risen to say, no, you are not taking my life. I will not agree with you. Yeah. Is there somebody that want to try? Because how you know what I'm talking about is that you get stuck. Another thing is the same cycle keep repeating itself over and over again. The negative.
I want to say something.
Uh-huh.
I think sometimes, well, like, you don't want to forgive because you feel like if you forgive, then you're like stupid to forgive, or to like to move on because you feel kind of dumb. Like, why should you? But even though it's the right thing to do, you can get stuck on that.
Okay. She is saying that it feels kind of dumb. People will look at you as though you are dumb if you decide to forgive, or that you are stupid, and that is why, or you are afraid, and that is why you forgive and and do away with the past. So because of that, some people hold on to their past. So the question again, let me put it in a simple way: why do people hold on to their negative past? It's simple. I put it very simply. And she said, it's because if you don't hold on to it, people will think that you are a dummy. Is that true? Is that really true? We help us put some more into it. Have you experienced a situation in which people think that you were actually that because mhm, mhm, because you wanted to let it go? You want to forgive.
I don't know if they do think that.
I know of a fact that there is a segment of our society that if they forgive and move on, people look at it as they are weak. So I understand exactly what you're saying. That you want to forgive people and say it to their face and move on with your life. They look at that as weakness. So because of it, people want to retaliate. They want to revenge. They want to hurt people who've hurt them. You know, They hold on to what has happened to them for evil. They hold on to it throughout their earthly life. Why do people hold on to bad things that happen to them?
I think people dwell on the past based on the devastation that they suffered and how traumatizing it may have been for them. So even though the situation happened, it's still on their unconscious mind, and sometimes they, revert back to thinking about what happened, how it happened, and with that, people put up blocks and barriers to try to ensure that they don't suffer a particular trauma or situation again.
There you go.
And you still, if you don't sincerely let it go, it will keep replaying itself mentally.
See, this is why I always want you in the program. Now you see it. If I don't see you in the program, I will tell G about you. I will tell her in Florida. I'll go to Florida and I'll tell G, and you'll know what she will do. She will be on my side.
I'm sure she would.
Yes, I know. I know. Devastation and trauma. Those are the two key words. The devastation that caused a trauma, or the trauma that caused the devastation, or both. Now, it informs fear, doubt. It now creates a barrier, a fence. It creates a fence. So it becomes what we call protective shell. People who have suffered devastation and trauma do not want to go through it again. But many a times they go through it many, many times. I have seen that. And I like the way she put it, that the same thing begin to play over and over and over in their subconscious and unconscious and non-conscious places in their minds, in their person. And so they are unable to let go of it. That's
Can
why.
I say something, Bishop?
Yes, Mama. Yes, daughter. Go ahead.
Okay. A lot of times, people hold on to those things because of the lack of knowing how to accept or where to go to get help, to accept the replacement of those things for better, and the word is change. How can I change what has happened to me? Where do I go? Who do I seek for the help? After you realize the hurt is there, but if you feed it, it's going to stay. But if you seek for the change, the help, the replacement, and a lot of times they don't have people like you, or knowing the spirit of recognizing that sometimes it's already in effect, but they don't realize the value of knowing that the change is already in effect when they meet people like you and can conquer it and help them to change. To me, it's like discovering a whole new world to replace the hurt,
Wow. There are, let me put it like this. Mama Lexi put it this way. Lexi talks about trauma, and devastation. Devastation. And then Jemina spoke of replacement, change, and help. These are heavy stuff. Replacement, change, and help. See, every evil, every abuse, every event of darkness, every constructed or reconstructed history of negativity that played into your life, whether you contributed to it or not. Jemina is saying that it could be changed. And that plays into what I was told in the College of Heaven. The Holy Spirit said this to me, that certain things happen, number one, in our lives to reveal people. That's the first thing you need to know. Things happen to reveal people. Basically, it is to reveal people, whether they are for you, whether they are for God, for you, or whether they are for Satan against you, or whether they were sent. And like, let's speak again about what we've been teaching, whether people are in your life to hurt you, to hinder you, or to help you. Yeah. See, these are the issues here. Events of negativities happen to reveal things. Because if they did not happen, things would not have been revealed. I'll give you an example. Somebody has wealth, money, and material resources. People will want you more than you want them. Except you're a businessman, you always want them to buy things from you or your services. That's different. But when you become famous and rich, people will need you. Even people who didn't like you, who didn't need you when you were nobody, will try to form an alliance with you. Now, if you don't have those things anymore, it will reveal sincerely. Or if you pretend like you don't have those things, or you refuse to allow them access to those things in your life, you will see who stands and who goes. Events happen to reveal. Please write that down. Events happens to reveal. It also happened to reveal your inner spirit, your inner personality. And that is what God is looking at, especially when things happen in your life that are permitted to happen. God is looking to see the quality of your spirit, the quality of your personality, how you react to those things. See, we are putting up this event tonight because some of you are not happy with always the short program. Some of you want to learn more. So sometimes you will have a little bit longer. Sometimes you will have, most of the time, it will always be within 20-25 minutes approximately. So do not forget to write this down. Events happen to reveal. And you should be a good student to study what each event in your life reveal. so that instead of running into the next relationship, next job, next childbearing, next marriage, next city, next this or that, next church, next pastor, all kind of stuff. Sit back and find out what the former things reveal. And if you are someone that is sensitive, you sit down and learn what that means, what it reveals, and then deal with it, tidy it up. Do not ever carry an event into a new level, because that event will destroy the new level you are trying to get into, whether it be relationship, whether it be job, whether it be, you must deal with the former event thoroughly and destroy it so that you can move in as a new person. All things are passed away, behold, the new has come. So Jemina spoke of change. You must be a person who want a constructive, a reconstructive, or a constructive change. You must need it. You see, if you do not learn what the past reveals, you will not be able to be open to change. You will fight that change forever. I'll give you an example. People who are easily angry and insecure are slaves. I use that word not the way they use it in America or South Africa or in the West African countries in the past. I'm using that in a constructive and technical way to say you are an enemy to yourself and you are subject. The person who is saying things and doing things to make you angry, to make you act out, is actually in charge of you. It's actually, that person is your taskmaster, because that person knows how to make you to become a clown. That's how it is. So some people think that actually that they are doing a great thing by being all the time angry and on insecure and act out and talk out. They can't even keep a secret. The person who is making you to do those things is actually in charge of you. He's actually enjoying the show. It's a free show. You are giving people a free show. You are acting out. You are acting out the show of the clown. You are acting out the field or the house slave without knowing it.
Okay.
Then there is this one. She talks about replacement, which means you can drop what has happened to you and enter into a new reality. And that is where I come in as a supernatural or spiritual guide. My job on the earth as a spirit in a human form is to help people, is to replace the negative in your life with the possibilities and the possible. Now, let me write that down. I want you to write that down again. My job in your life is to replace the negatives with the possibilities, the positive, and the possible. There are three things: possibility, possible, and the positive. That's my job. Please write that down. You should be willing to accept the fact that what happened to you could be changed, could be replaced with something better. Something better is waiting for you. And now this leads us to what we practice as a ministry, as a people of God, that every event,
This is
yes, Natalie, wait. I'm not yet done. You see, every event is going, you see, if you get stuck in an event, if you get stuck in an event, God will not be happy with you. And this is the reason. Every negative event, every misfortune, every divorce, every bankruptcy of darkness, that's a job came to an end. Somebody locked the house and took the key and threw away or went away. Everything happening in your life is revealing to you that you should not get stuck, that you are better than you think or they think that you are. There are people, there are spirits, there are histories that has been constructed for you before you were born, and it's working behind the scene. There are people who have made themselves to become agents or catalysts of seeing negative happen. So you never finish anything and you don't know why. You give up easily on stuff. Now, I want you to be aware that when bad things happen to you, they are actually telling you that you, say a marriage came to an end or a relationship came to an end. It means that there is a better, it means that life and God is giving you an opportunity for you to reveal the best part of you to the world. It means life and God is giving you an opportunity that you can have a better wife or a better husband than that gorilla or whatever that person was.
Yep.
It means that life and God is giving you an opportunity for you to get back your life that was stolen from you. Somebody hijacked your life through witchcraft and magic and sorcery and deceit and lie and manipulation, and you bought into it.
Okay. All right.
So God and life is giving you a second chance for you to take back your life, possibly your children, and raise them the way. And in fact, do you know that sometimes when people call my office to minister to them, God begin to tell me to tell them that they have a child to raise. And I said, do I raise all my kids? I said, yes, I know. But you have a child to raise. They say, who is this child? I say, you. I say, you've not raised you. All this time you were busy raising a wife or raising a husband, raising your brothers, raising your sisters, raising your uncles, raising your aunties, raising your children, raising your grandchildren. You never raised you. Are you guys getting this? This is getting very nice tonight. You look at your uncle, you bought him a Mercedes-Benz, an SUV. You look at your aunt, you bought her a Toyota. You look at this one, you've done this. When you begin to catalog all that you've done for people, that you become a slave to them, at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what have you bought for yourself? Nothing.
Nothing. That is so true, Bishop.
Nothing. You've not bought anything. Yeah, and then you ask yourself, what have they bought for you? You ask yourself what they bought for you. They bought nothing. They only call you when they need money. They only call you when they need things. And that is it. Nobody ever call you to say, how are you doing? Are you healthy? Did you eat? Nobody.
Nothing from today needs to say something.
So let's look at that. So things could be replaced. Your life can be replaced with something better. Your life can be replaced. You can enter into a new level that is called change. And this all can happen if you are willing to be a learner. And Jemina put it in a very good way, if you are willing to receive help. Now, Natalie, go on. Let's see what you bring to the table. Natalie, go on. We are listening to you.
Thank you. You asked for those who are watching on YouTube to call in, so I decided to come and say something that has been happening to me today. I want to read something first. Yoke. I went to the dictionary today and defined what this is. Something that brings a state of hardship, humiliation or slavery. No, I want to talk about relationships. See, I want to bring this and make this thing personal because I came into a relationship when I was in the conference in Las Vegas that was very difficult. And I'm coming out of it.
Okay, listen, Natalie. Natalie, listen.
Because I want to say,
Listen. You have to listen to me. Personal relationship with any man or woman, don't bring it in here. Please, don't bring it.
I am not bringing in the personal relationship with a man or a woman. I am saying that oftentimes, you see, these things happen. You see, it says something about people either coming to hinder, help, or to hurt you. And oftentimes, when people come into you, whether it be children, whether it be a man or a woman, I'm not talking about a relationship. Sometimes they do not know what has happened to you in your past. And this is how things that normally sometimes a person will do may trigger, because you ask the question why people do not let go of their past. But you see, sometimes it is things that happen in their present that triggers a memory or something that would have happened to them in their past, that it is very difficult for them to let go. Because it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself, because oftentimes, a person will not know whether they're hindering, whether they're helping or hurting that person unless the person says so.
So who is to be blamed? Who is to be blamed for a repeated pattern?
Walk away from it. You have to blame yourself. When you see something happening, you need to run away.
There you go, Mary. You see, the reason why I was stopping you was a lot of people saw what happened in Las Vegas with you. That was why I was trying to stop you. But now you are trying to clarify that it was because of the past. But you were in Vegas to receive help. See, that's what Jemina talk about. Opening oneself to receive change, replacement, and help. Because a lot of women came out of that conference to beg you.
Because I want to talk about this, because you see, people do not understand that even getting help, it is a process of deliverance. Because when you did this topic on the evil grip, you see, when I was in Las Vegas, I didn't understand why it is that I was hurting the way I was hurted. But you see, it is because when I came back, I was thinking, my God, when I come back home, what am I coming to? You see, this is the whole thing. I was not delivered then. The deliverance came when I came back home. And then you did a piece on the evil grip. And that is what struck me as God, why I was crying the way I was crying. Because for me, it was as if, my God, I am here. And it's like I'm going back to the same situation that I came to get deliverance from. But the deliverance came when I came back home. I did not know it when I was there. So that is why I was crying. But I'm saying it's things that trigger these things. It's something that would happen that would cause a memory.
Okay. So we go back to devastation and trauma. Now, Mary, jump in to help out here. What will a man or a woman who has gone through devastation and trauma do so as not to have a repeated cycle? I'm asking this question because last night I was ministering to somebody that I've given an appointment. And we were talking about different things. Job. God has blessed this woman with cars and houses and different things. I mean, somebody here in America. And then when she came into having kids and starting a family, she simply astonished me, and I was very, very happy with her. Because she said, listen, those things are not primary issues to me. Having a family, having children, a husband, it's not primary. I saw that woman as a hero. Because remember that the day before yesterday, I told you guys what you are willing to do permanently so as to attract God what you are willing to do differently so as to attract God permanently. One of them was accepting yourself. Accepting yourself. One of my mother's surviving uncle that died, he tried marriage twice. He tried marriage twice, had how many kids? I think 3 kids from those marriages, those 2 marriages. It didn't work out for him. You know what he did? He said, well, maybe marriage is not for me. And he focused on his business on the earth as a pharmacist, as a real estate person, and as an importer. He import things from China, from Japan, from the US. I'm talking of since the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. 80s when he died. I mean, I used to go and visit him. He used to send for me, and my mother would send me to him, and I saw things, I saw containers long before people really began to do import business. This man was already very wealthy. He let go of marriage so as to focus on other things in life, so that you don't stay on one thing and perish and keep repeating the same cycle. And this man become very, very wealthy. The house where we live, that man built 2 of them. Each house was a 50-bedroom house, each of them. And it were rented out, except the upper one where he lived in a section. And then the other house has about 75, I think about 75 bedrooms or so. A lot. And then he built another one. So there is more that you came to the world to do than relationship. There's more. There's more. And that's why the lady, Natalie, that has been talking, she is aware that I am a primary catalyst in her life that has been trying to focus her mainly on her business. If relationship work out, let it work out. If it doesn't work out, let it go. It's none of it. It shouldn't be something that, because at the end of the day, people will not remember you for your relationship. People are going to remember you for your product and services, for your fame, for your wealth, and for your contribution to this world. Mary, continue with this. Continue with this. Because there are people who are willing to die for husband and wife and children and all of this, and relationship this and relationship that. I personally have passed that stage. Those things are not primary to me. They are not. Because at the end of the day, it is your fame. It is your fame. It is what you created on earth as a product or service or business you establish. Those are the things people are going to remember. Every other thing, they won't remember it. They won't remember who you married or who you didn't marry, who broke your heart, whose heart you broke, who broke your head, whose back you punched. Nobody remember those things. Mary, go on.
Yes, Bishop. I think concerning this issue, the first thing for the individual concerned is acknowledgement.
Okay.
Some people might be going through something, honestly, and it doesn't really click in their head or their brain that there is a danger, in what you are doing. And you just continue trying to bear, continue to show love and do all these things. But, and still, in all your efforts, nothing is not working out. So, I think there is more to do with the Spirit of God, or you petitioning this to God Almighty, asking Him for help, in the sense that the moment the reality comes into your head that I think I've reached the point, you have tried enough.
Yes.
You have done this, you have tried, it's not working out. The next thing is to tell your heart to move on.
Yes.
Comfort yourself, move on. God will open a way for you. I believe Him so much that at that time you were justified. Don't ever claim any or think that you are doing something bad or whatever. Just try to let go and move on.
There you go.
Amen. Amen.
Try to let go and move on. The problem is that there are so many people, especially people who are easily irritable, easily angry, people who have not yet accepted who they are in life. They are, what do we call those kind of people? People who are there's a word that Alex is always used for those kind of people. There's a word for that. I've forgotten. I'll remember. You see, people who are not sure of themselves, and so they are okay, unsafe. They don't feel secure. Insecure people. If you are irritable, yeah. If you are irritable, easily angry, insecure, it will be very difficult for you to give up what is not working for you. It will be very difficult for you. And if you are in this category, then these kind of cycles, the negative pattern will keep playing over and over, because you will never spend time to calculate the effect and consequences. Yeah, the effect and consequences of a new job you want to jump into, a new relationship you want to jump into, a new business you want to jump into, a new this, a new church you want to jump into. Everything look like fake game, everything look like good, everything. No. You don't have time to access and process things. Therefore, people will keep injuring you. People will keep injuring you because they can sense weakness very easily. They can sense injury very easily. See, it's the same thing with lions and hyenas and wolves and wild dogs. All those animals, cheetahs, or cheetah, I mean the animal called cheetah, the cat family, leopards, tigers. They don't go after strong animals that will easily kill them. They don't go. They go after the injured, the weak, the elderly. They can sense weakness, or the careless. Those are the ones they go after. And people can sense your trauma. People can sense your devastation. People can sense that there is no replacement, there is no change, there is no help. People can sense that you do not want to move on. You've not moved on, like Mary was saying. You know, that you are stuck. People can sense that you are stuck. And what happened? People will want to cash in the check on those kind of things. And that is why when you have problem and you go to attorneys, because you are having problem, they sense how you are panicking, they sense the way you are feeling. That's when they want to cash in on you. That's when. Look at all the advertisement on the television. It's all about companies looking for people who are depressed, sick, people who think that everything is hopeless and helpless, and so on. There are people who want you that because you've not done your tax for this, you're owing that, you should come to them. Or you have a bad credit, you should come to them for them to clean your credit. They are going to mess it up more for you if you didn't know that. There are people who are waiting to see your mistake so as to make money off your mistake, to make money off your fear, to make money off your doubt, to make money off the evil that has happened to you. It's like trying to sue somebody and a lawyer say you should come, that they're going to handle it. At the end of the day, go and look at how much the lawyer is going to take from you. Some of them take money up front. Others will say until they win the case. And when they win the case, go and see how much that they are cutting off from you. So that's what we are talking about. I know of somebody who had so much fear about his taxes, blah, 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 blah. How much IRS will hit him, blah, blah, blah. And then he called those company and they told him how much it's going to cost. I told him, just go to so and so company and talk to them. He went. It was little or nothing. And then he got a huge tax return. Same person that was afraid of something. He said, how do you know those things? I said, because I'm a spiritual guide. I can see into things. People are looking to cash in on your weakness. They are looking to cash in on your problems. That's why when you go on interview for a new job and you show weakness, they ask you whether you had any problem in your last job and all of that, and you say yes, you are not getting that job. You are not getting it. People are looking to see your anger, your irritability, your insecurity, and all of that. They are looking for it. They are looking to employ your weakness. There are companies that is not looking for your strength and your ability and your degrees and your experience. They are looking for your weakness because they know that with that weakness, they can employ you and keep you in one place for the next 10 years and will not. And all they add to you is a quarter every year, a quarter. And you are so happy that you got a quarter. Go and look at how much the owners of that business are making. Go and look at how much that they are making. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. So these are the kind of stuff that I want. I want you to be aware of these things. I want you to be aware of these things. Okay, is there somebody else? Mary, I really, really like what you said, that people should be willing to move on. They should be willing to move on. They must be willing. See, if you are not willing to move away from, if you are not willing to move on from, it's not about moving away from a house where you used to live. You run away, or moving away from the city where things happen. Sometimes it's good that you move away because you do not wanna go into head-on collision with somebody you do not want to see at the supermarket or at the gas station and so on, or at the restaurant and war erupt. You know, there are people who I call drama people. There are people who we call drama people. Let's say that you got married after several years of your divorce, and you and your husband, your new husband, you are eating in a restaurant. Your the ex-husband or the ex-wife come to the same restaurant. Coincidentally, incidentally, I have seen women and men who left their seats, in a restaurant and took the food that has been served them and went and poured on the head of an ex-wife or husband. Have you not seen it? And drama burst out in that place. Big drama. Do you think that this woman you're bringing to come and feed in here was better than me? And that's the only time that you realize that your ex was in that restaurant. Has any of you ever seen this kind of drama before on television? Mine, I've seen it physically. I have seen a woman left her place in a restaurant and went to where the ex was, and the ex was shocked. And the ex was eating with his new kids and wife, and the ex-wife gave him a slap. Bah! So you are here eating and enjoying your life with this somebody who knows who this elephant or whatever she called herself. How do you deal with those guys? There are people who feed on drama, who feed on trauma, who feed on devastation, who feed on quarrels, who feed on fight. They love it. So sometimes it's good you just move away from that place. That's how it is.
Bishop, can I say something? This is Berlin.
Yes, Mama.
I was just want to say that, you have to reach a point in your life where, after going through all of those, suffering, trauma, all of those, pain in your life, you have to reach the point in your life where you have to be something that we call self-examination. First of all, you have to see the type of people that you're associating yourself with. And you have to ask yourself a question to know if these people benefit you, if these people bring a positive change in your life. Since you've been with these people, is there any progress? Is there any improvement in your life? What are you looking for something good in your life? These people are bringing something special, something rewarding, something that can bring you furthermore in your life. Are you benefit from that? Those are the questions that you have to.
What are the three? What are the three questions that you need? What are the three things you look out for in a relationship with any business, any family, any man or woman or child, any government, any heaven? What are the three things you look for with Jesus, with the Holy Ghost, with God the Father, with angels?
Protection, promotion, and prosperity.
There you go. You are my student. And if it is not there, what do?
We drop them.
You drop them like? You drop them like? You see, you still pretending. You are still doing. Jermaine, you drop it like is?
Drop it like it's hot.
You drop it like it's hot. Yeah. Berlin is from Africa, so she's still like a little bit reserved and all of that. So you guys from America should loosen this girl a little bit. You guys should loosen her. She need to be loosened.
You don't hold that.
There you go. I don't want this girl to get married and doesn't know how to drop it, real dropping, and also how to let go when she need to let go. Yeah.
Can I add to that flavor?
Yes, go ahead.
Learning from a person that is coachable, not so much to say that they're not a counselor in their abilities to what they teach or instruct, but being a coach, a life coach, one that can lead you and guide you and take you by the hand,
yes,
and show you the different other things that are possible out there and are waiting for you with open doors.
yes,
And pressed down, shaken together, running over opportunities than to be stuck in arrested development.
there you go.
You're constantly holding on and nursing with one, excuse my French, well, I was going to say titty, but breast, to the other breast. You're guarding something that you really, when you think you need counseling, you don't. What you need is a coach.
Good.
To walk you out of that cripple, to walk you out of that is got you tied down and thinking, oh, this or that. No, you need pretty, you need value, you need these things replaced. And a lot of times we don't know where to go, but the answer is right there in front of you. If you seek, you will find.
There you go.
And see, we have that tonight on the line through a perfect trainer, a teacher, he's a counselor. He's
See?
setting it up
Are you
for
guys hearing it?
everybody.
Are you guys hearing it? Jemena and I, we are not a one night stand people. Hey, I'm loving
My
this.
goodness. Hallelujah.
Right here. So it doesn't together because it takes three days, 3 nights, and guess what? It's going to be dropping like it's
It's
hot
hot.
in my own facility, my own building, my people that
Yes.
I don't even know. I don't know Maryland. I don't know Maryland, but I will because it's 3 days.
Yep.
3 days
So
that Bishop Whitaker of Mary's ministry and the same thing that we're doing on tonight is needed. People need to,
yep,
they
yep.
need to talk. They need a panel. They need a man like him to break it down and drop it like it's hot.
There we
Oh my
go.
God.
There we go.
Awareness.
We need a Oprah Winfrey. We need a Super Soul session. Well, he got it.
There we go.
He's got it.
Okay, let me give
So I'm
you.
blowing it up.
Yep. Let me give
I
you.
am.
Goodness.
Yeah. Let me give you guys a key that will sum up what Jemina has been saying. I mean, what she has been saying, the B part of it is she's putting up a big conference in her city in South Carolina in July. And I'm gonna be ministering for 3 days there. That's the point. Now, let me tell you the summary of the A part of what she was saying. So I'm gonna give you a key. Please write this down. Do not protect, promote, or prosper anybody or anything that you should never promote, prosper, or protect. Never protect, promote, or prosper anybody or anything that you also know can never protect you.
Amen.
Please, let me reconstruct it very well. Do not prosper, protect, or promote anybody or anything that cannot prosper, protect, or promote you. Please do not do it. If not, you will live in misery all your life. Are you aware that there are family members and friends who come to borrow your third car? If you have 1, 2, or 3 cars, they give you excuse while theirs is broken down, and you don't even find time to check whether what they're telling you is true or not. You give them the key to the car. You never see that car again. The next thing is an accident. Or the next thing, they're parking somewhere and the car disappeared. Somebody stole the car. Some people plan what they want to do with your car or with you or with your money in their home. They plan it and they come and tell you a different story. They tell you a story why they are while they are having problems. And then you count money and give to them and tell them to give you back there. In fact, they themselves will tell you they'll give you on Friday when they are paid. On Friday when they are paid, you will not see them show up at your door, neither at their own door. They disappeared. Next Friday, you don't see them. The upper Friday, a month went by. The same people who came and knelt down and cry, you don't see them. Why? They decided to take your money. Seriously. Same thing with people who want to come and borrow your handbag, your purse, your Gucci, your this, to borrow your shoe, to borrow this, to borrow that, to borrow your movie, to borrow books, to borrow things. They've already decided not to give it to you, to give it back to you. How dare you that you are the one having those things and they don't have it? Some people will go as far as coming to borrow your wedding gown to go and get wedded in it. You never see it again. See, those are things. That's why it is very important that you should never protect, promote, should never protect and promote or profit those who do not desire to reciprocate that. It's not fair. It's not good. Renee, I don't know whether you are with me tonight. Renee of Pennsylvania.
Yes, I am.
Very good.
I had the phone on mute.
Okay. So these are the things that we should be very, very careful about. But remember that there is a side of human beings that hold on to things that happened in the past because of weakness. We've not touched that, so I'm going to touch on that. There are some people who enjoy holding on to what happened to them in the past. It's not because of the trauma or devastation only, but because that gives them energy. They don't have anything to live for. That forms events of trauma, devastation, and negativity become their walking stick. They now use that as an excuse so as not to have product and services, not to get a job. Sometimes it is the disability they were born with. They can't hear, they can't see clearly, or they can't see at all, or they cannot talk, or they cannot use certain part of their bodies. And so that becomes an excuse. They blame their parent that they were the one that gave birth to them with this kind of sickness. Now, let me tell you guys what I want to do. This is 8:19. There is something that was revealed to me that I will be doing at 9 o'clock tonight. Please listen carefully. At 9 o'clock tonight, I am going to do something that will change life. I'm not doing an affirmation. It's part of affirmation. I'm going to do something about captivity at 9 o'clock in the next few minutes. 9 o'clock Central Time, which is 10 o'clock East Coast, and 7 o'clock West Coast. It will be like about 20 minutes something solid, and we are gone. It has been revealed to me about certain captivity of Satan in people's life that comes as a result of your parent, of certain things that has happened at birth, and certain things that has happened after you were born. I'm going to lead many people in the world today at 9 o'clock to being free from captivity. That's what I'm going to do. So if you want to be totally free from being captive, you see, you could be born again and spirit-filled, but you could still be a captive to Satan because of this one thing between you and your parent. And that is what I want to deal with. I want to deal with it at the 9 o'clock service tonight. We are not carrying it into tomorrow. There are things that, let me tell you something. If you look at the story of Adam and Eve and the devil, you will see Satan always wants a human being to go against the law of God because he knows that there is cause and effect. If God said that he will kill you if you do this, he knows that God will do exactly what he says. And the devil will want you to do that so that God will kill you. He will want to provoke you to do things so that the law of God for doing that thing will come on you. That's what the devil is a master of. He's a master of knowing what he knows what the laws of God are. And his job has always been to provoke you, to make you. For example, if thing is not working out right, he tells you to go to the witch, to the occult, to the astrologer, to the evil fortune tellers. He will suggest. His job is to suggest. And so when you buy into that suggestion, he knows that when you go there, it's against God's law. And so he feeds on that. He does that. There are things that has happened between us and our parents. And the devil knows that the Bible says, honor your mother and father. If you don't, your life will be cut short. And you will not have money and property. And Satan knows that. So tonight I'm going to deal with that immediately. It will be a 20-minute conference at 10 o'clock East Coast, 9 o'clock for those of us in the Midwest, and 7 o'clock tonight. We are done with the conference of tonight. It has been a very wonderful conference. But I want you to remember that there are those who hold on to their past because they enjoy being there. They enjoy being in the belly of the well. Reason, so that people will have pity on them and help them. And let me tell you the real hardcore truth. If you are living in Belly Welle University, if you are holding on to your past so that people, you see those kind of people, they keep telling their stories of how they were beaten in their last marriage, how they were molested, how this happened. We are not taking those stories kindly. But those stories should not become the energy that pumps your life. They should not become the creative voices and powers and forces that leads you. A lot of people hold on to their divorce instead of letting it go as though it didn't exist. Never exists. I tell my partners, if somebody asks you whether you've been married before, whether you had a divorce, tell them that no, you've never. You've never had a divorce. And you've never been married. The reason is this, let's face it. It was God Almighty, He's my witness, who told me never to talk about divorce, but to talk about being separated for your future. He said, life and He Himself separate people so that you can pursue your future, because if you remain there, you'll never have a future. So he said, we should talk about mutual moving on. He calls it mutual moving on or forceful moving on, because there are things we do, many marriages and things and jobs and things we do them out of frustration. We do them out of hesitation, or what do we call it? We do them out of convenience. Or if it's not convenience, we did them out of desperation, out of a state of hopelessness and helplessness. We felt there was nothing there. We didn't want to spend more time to look into it. So what happened? We fell for what come to us. We settled for what come to us, because, in fact, many things we do them because we are looking for help. Let's be truthful about our lives. Many things we did, whether they be marriage, whether they be job, whether they be the studies that we went into in college, we did those things because we were looking for help, and that was the help that came to us, and so we grabbed that one. And along the way, you're gonna know that that is not the real thing for you. Many marriages are marriages of convenience, marriages of chances, of whatever, marriages of help. We are looking for help, emotional help, financial help. We want to settle down, all kind of stuff. We want children. We do not want to grow old. We were not married. We didn't have children. We don't want, even if we don't need children, we do not want to die alone. Think about that. We don't want to die alone. We don't want to die. We don't want to die like a cranky old witch. That's why we look at your marriage carefully. You will see that's the real thing.
Definitely.
That's why many people married several times, because they are looking for several things. They are looking for a woman with this. You married, and then you realize she doesn't have 1, 2, 3, 4 that you were looking for, and so boom, out the door. See, those are the things. You are looking for beauty. Along the way, you realize beauty is not enough. You need somebody who will help you too. See, that is how it is. Oh, that man is a great provider, but along the way, you notice that you need somebody who is a business inclined, because you realize that his money that he's bringing in from his job is not enough. You need somebody who has a cycle of money keep coming in, so that you can have a better future and not go and stand on the line for Social Security. So we all do these things for convenience and all of that drama. But along the way, when you settle down, you begin to think rightly. And that's why sometimes many of us are going to end up not being married. There's nothing wrong about that. As far as you can become all that you want to be in life, your dream is fulfilled. Your destiny, your purpose is satisfied. You've enjoyed life to the utmost. That's all that you're looking for. If you think it's training your children and helping your family, they are going to turn against you one day. Those children will not obey you anymore. Your children will want to do things their own way, and you will still try to play the father or the, excuse me, or the mother. And you become angry, you feel humiliated, let down, and all of that. So be careful. Children should not be primary, they are secondary. They are secondary. Children are secondary. I'm just letting you know this. Because some of us, we think that our children are going to be our Social Security in the future, our life insurance or something. So just be careful about thinking this way. So if you are holding on to your past because you like to tell your miserable stories to people so that they will give you money, give you a free house, do this, do that for you, well, I have good news for you, and this is the good news. Those who live that way never amount to anything really much. They only live from hand to mouth. That's what it is. They never become famous. They never have money. Why? Because the more you tell your story, the more your evil story make you broke. Please write that down. The more you tell your negative stories in order to survive with it, the more it will make you broke. That's the spirit behind if you try to use your past to gain pity, for people to pity you. I've seen men and women who live that way. They tell you the reason why they are where they are. Their parents did not do this. Nobody helped them. They went to prison. They were slaves in the past. This happened. I said, so now who is holding you? Now who is against you? Now who is enslaving you? Oh, you know, we are white people. We used to be in charge of this country. And now all these damn Mexicans and blacks, they've taken over. Really? And I can't find no job. Seriously? And they keep telling their stories. They keep telling their stories and hating people. Good luck. You remain broke. Soon you become sick. Next thing you'll die. And you'll be buried as a statistics and nobody will ever know that you came here. There will be no pyramid set up to remember you. So if you are holding on to your past in order to gain pity from others to help you, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for you because you won't amount to much in life. Has any of you ever experienced what I've just said of people who hold on to their past? If you come back tomorrow, you see them in the same situation. And no matter how much you try to help them, they will still be in the same situation. I've seen it. I've been there. Remember that I've been a supervisor and a counselor for some of these things. So I've seen it all. No matter how much money you give to them, no matter how much government try to help them, they will still be where they are. That's how it is. Excuse me. So we end it here, and I will see you at 9 o'clock. Anybody with any question?
No.
All right. Do not forget to go to our website and help us to do what we are doing and to buy our product. Good night. I'll see you in the next few minutes. Bye-bye.